So welcome to the Property Project podcast. You're here with your main man, Sean.
And your go-to girl, Cindy.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So I think in this one, we're going to talk about the difficulties of scaling our business that we've been facing. So we've been doing quite well, I think, in our property journey. Been scaling up very fast, but at a speed that's becoming hard to obtain because again, it's just us in the business immediately anyway, and we've kind of just been thinking, all right, we can't do everything, can't be everywhere, and now it's getting to the point where we need to prioritize where best to use our time, our skills, and where to put ourselves. So what's some of the difficulties that you think that we've been facing so far in terms of scaling the business and that?
Getting a proper team in place.
A proper team in place
Has been really difficult because I think, do you know the difficulty? I think with when you do training for property, no one actually teaches you business.
They teach you the property side.
Yeah. But no one actually teaches you business, how to grow a team. Do you pay them? Is it that you find internships? How do you advertise internships? Like, what do you need to do to take your business to the next level?
Yeah.
And I think we've plateaued a little bit. Like, people obviously see us. Obviously, we've got our 8th property now.
Yeah.
Last time that we updated you guys, we were on number 7.
7, yeah.
And then a few weeks after that, we got number 8, and the tenant has just moved out of that property. So we're actually setting up from tomorrow. So, like, in terms of portfolio growth, that is happening, but no one's teaching us how to like double down or make a system that no longer includes us. Yeah. And so we did do a training. We went to 2 trainings that have been really, really helpful. One was with Mr. Jazz Rose. Yeah. Don't know why I said it like that. Just, a flowy name. And then with Evans as well. Really as well. Yes. So I would say that I would put the names and how to find these 2 people on the thing, but that will be Sean knows everything. So their trainings have been really, really good. One was based on business, and that was with Mr. Jazz Rose. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. But the second one with Evans was just, it gave us a shift in mindset.
I was gonna say mindset.
It gave us, it was honest. You know what, I haven't been to training that's been honest. And these last 2 trainings that we went on have been honest.
The ones before have been more sugarcoating, telling us what you want to hear, and what you want to hear is good, but when you're starting out, it gives you the fire to get started. But then after that, when the what's the word?
The newbie
that time has just worn off. Do you know what I mean? The honeymoon phase has just worn off. Then now it's like, all right, cool, we've got our feet firmly planted on the floor. We now need to understand, how does this run? Do you know what I mean? Because at the beginning, when you start a business, you're doing everything. You're the accountant, you're receptionist, you're the CEO, CFO, all those things. You're doing everything. But then after a while, you can't maintain that because you will be tired. You will get tired. And then by the time it comes to you work on the business, and then when it comes to now growing the business, you're tired. You haven't got the energy or the, you don't get the ideas the new ideas to try out, or, you just kind of stall.
Everything takes over. And then you don't even know what to prioritize anymore because everything takes over. And something as simple as so we have been, I don't know, I'm nervous to say it, but we've started up mentoring. And even that, giving that full focus, because we want to give everyone our one-to-one attention, but there's not enough of us to give everyone one-to-one attention all the time. We went to the training with Jazz Rose and understanding we don't actually have to be there. We can provide so much content and useful information online. There's so much that we can do that still helps someone. That doesn't mean that I'm on a call with them for an hour, taking out an hour of my time, even though I know I need the hour of time. So there's just been so many things over the last few weeks that we just know that we need, and it just felt like everything has been right place, right time. And I think, again, with the frustration that you've had, is that there's so much going on. How do I prioritize? How do I focus? How do I know what to do next? How do I kill 2 birds, 3 birds, 4 birds with one stone.
Yeah, yeah.
How do I do all of these kind of things?
Yeah.
And these kind of trainings have really helped us to knuckle down on that.
Yeah, because like, again, one of my good friends as well that obviously I won't say his name, but he obviously just set up one of his essays and he was asking me, you know, how do I do certain things on Price Labs, on which is a pricing software, and booking.com, how to set these things up. And obviously I've always got time for people, do you know what I mean? Especially good people as well, do you know what I mean? I've always got time for it. So I took some time out to go through the process, go on Zoom, go through the process of this is how to do it. Let's look at that. Let's look at, you know, all the things that come with the process of setting up these things or setting up your listing on these booking platforms. And then after a while, I kind of felt like, you know what, I'm actually kind of worn out now because we've spent a good while on the computer, do you know what I mean? And that's just the information to one person. Now, I was thinking, how do I do that and still be able to free up my time if all that information, all the nuggets and all the gems that I was dropping on that Zoom were on like a recording or something, and people had access to that, then I'm now helping 10 people in that same amount of time rather than just that one-to-one. Do you know what I mean? And I just felt like, because there was even the time afterwards where he had a bit of problems. Some of the things that you signed up to, he had a bit of problems with them. And he wanted me to go through them to kind of just, you know, he had teething issues and stuff like that. Yeah. And because I was out on the road, I was driving, like, there was nothing I could really do at that point to help him with that. And I wish there was kind of a video that maybe, all right, cool, maybe I could just send him that and that will answer his questions. And if it doesn't, then he's got specific questions to ask me that I can then help. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
And we learned all of this. It's not that obviously we don't want to help anyone. It's the fact that we want to help everyone, but we don't have enough time to help everyone.
Yeah.
These kind of conversations are coming up for us.
And keep our energy levels and up there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think scaling our business has been something that we've wanted to do, not knowing how to do, but now it's all starting to align and fit what we need to do in order to get where we need to get to. So that has been hard. A part of that is finding a consistent team. We've had a really, really good, very sweet property manager. I think because we weren't great at we were delegating, which someone taught us. There's 3 ways you can be a leader, for example. And it's so bad, but I actually forgot them.
I knew you did, so I was like, yep, let me
keep it. Sorry. Yes.
So one was you can delegate. So you can delegate all this stuff onto this person, but they need to know what they're doing. You end up dumping tasks onto them. So it's like, you're just like, just do this, do that. And
so there's no system. You're just kind of saying on the day that it comes, like, oh, you need to do this needs to be done. But there's no reason why or information behind. And even with the delegating, is that you're just giving them tasks, but you're not giving them a purpose for the task.
Exactly. So they don't really understand. And then we're going to be upset with the fact that there's the quality of work or quality of standard is not there because, you know, there was no quality of standard to begin with. And the third one was develop. So it's again developing them. And that's the one that
you want to target.
You want to develop them. So I think it was even an order. So you want to develop them so they know what they're doing. So they're almost studying so that when they're being hit with these things, they're being hit with the, is it the dump? No. You want to develop, then delegate. Yeah. So you want to develop.
End up dumping.
Yeah. So you don't end up dumping. That's it. So what you want to do is, again, develop, give them the training, the tools, so that they can
need to go back onto and learn the reasons why, and then you can delegate once you know that they understand the reasons why, and they understand your vision. You can then start to delegate because they understand the reason for the delegation.
Exactly.
Is that the word? Is that a word?
The
delegation.
100%. But and then you avoid dumping because no one wants to have anything dumped on them.
No one wants.
Do you know what I mean?
Shit on them. Sorry, Mum.
So, do you know what? She's actually gonna be watching this, and you think you're a big girl now.
I know.
But when you go home, when you go there, she's going to.
And she's gonna tell you off for being a partner in crime. She's gonna say, "How
That's fine,
dare
but she can never be mad at me though.
Okay.
We're gonna
move on from this conversation. But I think I think we had a really good property manager, and she was probably so frustrated with us because we would dump. And then we would delegate. But we would never develop. And that must have been a really tricky situation for her because I know that she loved working with us. But then I think we couldn't give her the kind of support that she needed in order to help us. But she did a really good job.
She done a really good job considering
we didn't know what we needed at the time.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a there's an airplane and the flight crew just come back and they said, yo, does anyone know how to fly a plane? You come up to the front, and we just picked her out.
That's actually quite good. I was gonna diss it, but that was quite good.
Yeah. Anyway.
So basically, she wasn't a pilot yet.
Yeah.
But we, instead of us to teach.
We saw the potential. She said that she played a couple games and was like, all right, cool. I see potential. Get in the front and fly this plane, and she done very well. She done very well.
She did very well, and she's still part of the team in a different
capacity
side of it. And
yeah.
Like, who knows? Like, she's just with us now.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have a choice. She's with us.
Yeah. She can't really go anywhere.
But she can't go anywhere. But yeah, so I think we've now learned a huge thing about understanding how to grow your team and what is needed from yourself before you can even ask your team to do what's needed. I think another part of us scaling our business is we want to move fast.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on that train. What did they say? When you're on the train, yes. you need a plane instead.
Yeah, a lot of the tube. A lot of people on the tube, and the tube is going fast. It's going, from one side to one side in 10 minutes. But no matter how fast it's going not going to Bali. It's not going to Dubai. It's not going to Turks and Caicos. Do you know what I mean? You need to learn how to get onto the plane that's going to send
you. On the plane. Don't be on the train.
Yeah.
Don't be on the train. Don't want you. The plane wants you.
There you go. First class as well.
First class. Yeah.
But yeah, so
that's what we definitely learned. Yeah. That you can be going as fast as you want, but if you're not in the right direction, bruh, you're just going fast for no reason.
For no reason.
And we don't want to go fast for no reason. We want to go fast with purpose. Everything that we do in our business now, we want to do it with intention. We want to do it with purpose.
Yeah.
We don't want to just be doing anymore.
Yeah. And another thing that so again, a thing that we was learning from Evans as well is that because we had all of these things going on and we didn't know, like 1 minute we're focusing on the property management, then we're focusing on the listings, then we're focusing on certain deals that need to be sourced or sold. And then we're focusing on, now we're trying to get, not trying to. Another thing we was told, never use trying to. Use doing or use definitive words.
Yes.
So we are getting into BRRs.
Yes.
And that's another thing that is meaning that we're just here, there, and everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So again, Evans, when he sat down and he gave us his time after the course, because he didn't have to do this.
Honestly, and what we've just said about it being draining, speaking to people and people asking you questions, he must have been tired. I know obviously he enjoys that, and this was always part of his mission.
Yeah.
If you guys have been part of Samuel Leeds' gang, and like a bit of history from where Evans started up to where he is now, and they're two separate entities. You know what I mean? Like, he is now doing
his own stuff.
It's amazing. Stuff, like, and he did not have to give us that attention.
Yeah.
Because I know what, like, well, I don't know, but you. I mean,
after you just want to go home and you just want to relax. His family's there. You just want to relax.
He wanted. I'm sure he wanted to relax and be like, we're done with this. But he spent so much time with us. Yeah. And I was a little tearful.
Yeah. Because I think it just kind of hit you to. Yeah. We're very grateful for the situation that we're in. But you just thought about where we could have been or where we can be. Yeah. And it just kind of, I think the tears were realization, but also a little bit of, would you say, happiness as well?
Yeah, a little bit.
For where we can go.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
The initial was like, not regrets, but just realization of some of the situations we've got into with the first bit of training that we've done. And like why no one really told us from that training some of the situations that we would be facing. Yeah. But then Evans kind of, in the nicest way, in the subtlest way, was kind of like, you guys are making excuses at this point. And, you need to be doing what you said you're going to do. And this is how you're going to do it. Okay, you said you've got this kind of trouble. This is how you fix it. Are you going to fix it? You're not going to fix it. Yeah. And I was like...
But then we was like, but then we can't do that because then we're doing this. All right, so...
Then why didn't you just do that? And what did you say after that? You did.
But no. But we can't do that because then obviously on the day-to-day basis, we need to look at that. So then just do that.
And we said, okay.
And we was like, all right, cool. Well, yeah.
There's nothing else to say. Thank you.
And then it just came. Yeah. It's like, I think it just always comes down to, when you're facing a certain situation or, you want to change something, you can either create or complain. And listen, I mean, you're clicking, but I got this from Jazz yesterday, fam. So
okay,
I was just like, yeah. Now listen, I'm credit where credit's due, because you know you know what I mean. But again, you can complain, you can argue about that all you want, but at the end of the day, that's literally it. You can either create reasons to let you, like, to clear yourself of that, or you can just complain about the situation and not do anything about it.
And I think that's where we got stuck. We got stuck with complaining. And again, from some of the frustration from before we came in today was that we were complaining about some of the situations that we were facing, you know, extra noise from like friends, family, like it's not even relevant when you look at the end goal. Yeah. And if anything is distracting you, again from Jazz, if anything is distracting you, it's not for you. Like you need to just shift that aside and get to the goal that you need to get to. So yeah, I think all those kind of things, all those little gems have been really helpful for us. But yeah, definitely sitting with evidence was the mindset change that we needed. And I would encourage anybody who's been in property for a year, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years, just to go somewhere where your mind resets and refreshes. Because
this was it. I mean, again, I spoke on another episode about like the mindset and the mental state that I was. I say was because I feel like I poured it all out on that episode. But again, talking about that, it's kind of like, when you're doing property and you're going here, there, and everywhere. If you're deal sourcing, if you're managing, you're doing whatever. You're doing so many things, and then because you're doing so many things, sometimes you don't have time to do the things that actually matter. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends. Maintain certain relationships, and then now you're thinking, I've just done all this stuff, traveling around the country. I come home or I come wherever, and people are basically saying, "You got like, why have you not got time for me?" Or why have you not done these little things? Do you know what I mean? And then that starts to play on your mind. So then that's why I was glad that when we went to these places, it just reset us to a point where, all right, cool, that's all we need to do. Like, it was I think the answer was in plain sight. It was right in front of us.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been right in front of us if we didn't make the effort to try and find the answer. We were making an effort to try and find the answer. And
so just to add on that as well, a good thing that Jazz said was that every great person needs a coach to see their blind spot. It's physically impossible for everyone to be able to see every opportunity that's meant for them. That's the role of the coach, whether that be your mentor, maybe that's someone that is just looking out for you. They're there to, even in your car, you can't see your blind spot. Sometimes you might have to shuffle or whatever. Sometimes it might be guesswork. You just pull out into a lane and you might get lucky, you might not. But that passenger can always see the blind spots that you can't see. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was another thing as well.
Yeah. I think for us, in terms of like destination, the next goal is for us to find people in the team, or find a team that is worth us having and keeping. You look stressed. What happened?
We've got a Facebook recovery code.
Someone's trying to hack us again. No, I didn't get one. Did you get one?
Oh, this must be
your personal one.
Let me just, but carry on.
See, something like this, I'd be like, nothing on my Facebook. You can hack it if you want. But then obviously, no, it's the right thing. Like, if you're being hacked, sort it out. But yeah, I mean, the end goal for us, I think, is for us to find a proper team. I don't know what that looks like yet. So again, it's about us finding clarity around that and knowing what we need to do next in order to find whoever we need to find. If anybody is out there and does want to get involved in property management and kind of take all our experience on and learn with us, by all means reach out. We are looking for property managers. I think instead of giving just one person, our poor previous property manager had to take on all the properties we had.
That was another mistake that we made.
And the poor girl, man, she worked hard. We worked her. I don't know if she cried some nights. I wouldn't be shocked if she cried some nights, because I worked her. But if there is anyone out there, and again, she's more than welcome to come back and help us. I'm too scared to ask her because I probably
scarred her.
But Yeah, if there is anybody who wants to do, wonderful. I'm happy for you. If there is anybody out there who does want to do some property management with us and gain the experience, please do message us. Do DM us, as the cool kids say. Email us. No, is that not what the cool kids say anymore? Okay,
say what you're saying.
Whatever. I'm 15. Don't forget that boy in the shop.
He said you're 15.
Yeah, don't forget.
Oh my days.
We definitely need to grow that. We're also trying to grow social media. How do you feel about that?
Do you know what? It's
Has
weird.
It come naturally? Because you're a very a vain person.
I wouldn't think so.
I know.
I wouldn't think so. You say this all the time, but I wouldn't think so.
You biting and reeled you in.
Here we go.
Reeled you in.
Do you know what?
I do think you are a confident person. You do like social media, but not like scrolling. You like art. Like you do like visuals, people who are into photography. You like that creative space.
Yeah.
So does it come naturally to you from a property side? Because that's a part of us scaling our business. We're trying to, social media is like the easiest tool to use to grow your platform for people to know your name, right?
Yeah.
So does it come easier now that you've done it before, say for your podcast, for your own personal profile?
Yeah.
Has it been easier going into a property profile?
Yeah.
Or has it been harder? Because,
I think it's weird because it's been easier on some aspects, but it's also been harder because with property, it's a specific niche or what you're doing. I feel like you really need to know what you're talking about. With my own personal one, I can just put up a picture of me on the beach or put up a picture of the museum that we went to. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't really have to be context to it.
You went to a museum?
In fact, we went to a museum. What are you talking about in Amsterdam?
Was it sure it was me?
My other girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
do you remember?
So then you made me lose my train.
Sorry, was it easier? I know.
So the more I'm trying to think now, the more it's getting away from me. What was I saying?
Oh, that you were saying that it's easier and harder.
Yeah. So so with property, I feel like I feel like things need to be intentional because sometimes I do see a lot of posts that I can see that you just thrown it up there.
Who, me?
No, not you. Relax. But yeah, a lot of posts that I can see people have just thrown up there, and then I see other posts that I can see. All right, I see what you did there, or I see why you made that post. And sometimes because it is a business at the end of the day, and you don't want to spend money on, like, let's say ads to put something out, if without knowing that you're gonna get the returns in, or you're gonna get this is gonna reel in like certain clients or who in turn are gonna pay you. Do you know what I mean? So like things need to be intentional, and I feel like again with me how my mindset is, and I like to plan things. I'm always like, all right, how do I plan what I'm going to talk about or whatever? And I feel like that's where the difficulty then comes in because like it's not natural. Other things, again, with the other podcasts that I do, when posting there, it's like the content's all in the episode. You know, I just have to clip whatever bits I might be listening to and think, oh, you know what, that's a clippable moment. Yeah. Put that on there. But apart from that, I'm not putting out anything else that's intentional. So with this one, again, the property page, it's just, you have to be really intentional with it. But then I think the difference is that you still need to kind of put yourself in there and put your personality, put your own stamp on it. Yeah. So yeah. What about you? What do you think? Going from someone who you have an Instagram, but I feel like you haven't posted since like 2020 maybe. Yeah,
and even when I posted,
even that,
probably before that, like I'd post like once every year.
Yeah,
like, I'm not a social media girly. I would say that I'm nosy and I love to scroll.
Oh, really?
But I'm not a social media person. I think it just bores me a little bit. I don't know. But of recent, I've been really fascinated with it because I've seen the business side of it. Yeah. And so I've actually been seeing the behind the scenes of like creating a reel or creating a post or what needs to be put in it, and seeing that drive our social media up, and that's fascinated me. Yeah. And obviously, I'd love to be paid by Instagram. Pay me. But it's just been interesting to see that because I would not be able to replicate that with my own personal one. listen.
It's just when you start to think about all the different types of ways to, you know, get followers, and just get these opportunities, like collaborating with other brands as well. There's that side of things. Yeah, man. I think it's something that we are growing into.
Yeah, I do like it though. I do like it. I think I'm learning a lot about it. I can't get with the TikTok,
yeah.
TikTok's a bit difficult. It's something
we're going to need one 15-year-old to just teach us about that one.
Yeah, I feel like the caption.
That 15-year-old that said you went to your school.
I'm going to holler him, find out if he can teach me TikTok. But yeah, I don't know. TikTok's a bit different. I think Instagram is like, although the kids use it, but like it is like the adults use it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas TikTok, the adults use it. I just don't get the captions. It's like, watch my dad shoot me in my toe. And it's like...
Yeah.
But then it has nothing to do... The video actually has nothing to do with being shot in the toe.
Yeah.
So I'm like now confused.
So you're looking at it and then... But there you go. Like they just get you to click on it.
Yeah.
Watch it. And then before you know it...
Clickbait.
Yeah, the clickbait. And then before you know it, you're scrolling.
Yeah.
Taking in all that short form content.
I don't be on TikTok like that. Because TikTok, I don't know if they put crack cocaine in it. But as soon as you click once and that screen just... Yeah. I've done it once.
Yeah.
Before work.
Yeah.
The night before. And I think I started something stupid at 8:00. And then it was 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm confused how it got there because the light never outside, it never went dark. But all of a sudden the sun
is...
And I was confused. So I said, from that day, I said, I can't do it again. And some of my friends have told me TikTok is dangerous.
Yeah.
So now I just offload the app on iPhone. Anybody who struggles with storage will know what I'm talking about. I offload the app. And then I only click on it when I need to go back onto it.
Fair.
But now it's kind of there because I do try to upload, but I need to get down with the kids. Once I get down with the kids, I'll be cool to upload.
Well, even the CEO of TikTok says he don't let his own kids use TikTok.
I don't blame him.
Says
but just because you sell a product doesn't mean you have to use it yourself.
Get high on your own supply.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to
doing more like, I know we're going to get into brand work and
more purposeful
content. Yeah. And growing our business and scaling up.
Yeah. Even on like YouTube as well. Like obviously we've got the podcast here. We've got other things that we want to put in, little vlogs and stuff like that. Just little lifestyle stuff.
But we have to free up our time to be able to do that.
Exactly.
So again, I'm going to plug it. If anybody does want to get some work experience with us, some valuable internships, and we show you the how-tos just from you guys helping us with our portfolio, you know, please do message us, please do DM us, and we will definitely get back to you.
And if you're very good at your job and you do very well, who knows what's waiting for you at the end.
Wow, Sean's even promising something we haven't spoken about, but that's okay. I agree. Whatever he's saying, I'm with. But yeah, a lot of our portfolios in Reading, some in Brighton, one in Brighton as well. So just keep that in mind when you are... what's that face for?
No, I was just in my own mind.
Keep that in mind when you are sending through messages. But yeah, I think that's pretty much us on... Scaling your business, yeah. And what we envision for our team. And we'd love to have really genuine, excited, what's the other word when people are eager, but in a good way?
Eager, innit?
No, there's a word. Don't you know the word? Where you're eager, but you're not, it's not just like eager, it's like...
Enthusiastic?
Yes!
There we go.
Enthusiastic.
But all right, so I mean that's the end of the episode, isn't it?
Yeah, but I tied you out.
Yeah, you tied me out, man. I'm done.
That's it. I think that's what we got for today.
Yeah, so again, shout us in the comments.
Until next time.
Peace.
Yeah.